Hello, everybody. Oh my God. I'm so deep into something that is like, it's insane. The way I can take the Monopoly board, right? But you need three Monopoly boards and you have to overlap them. Not only that, the corners can go missing because you must remove one of the final edges. You must remove a whole row of 10 and two corners and join them together. Now, I'm not sure if they splice together like fingers, like all the properties, or if they actually just overlap on this side. You put the other board overlapping on this side, and you put a Monopoly board in the center. So each one's working in its own realm. But we're going to work on just one Monopoly board over here. And back to Sesame Street again. One corner for 4, for 1 railroad. For 4, for 1, for 4, for 1, for 4, for 1, for 4, for 1, for 4. 4, 1, 4 is 9. 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 99 that go together, and 99 that go together. Right now I'm keeping it this way, that on this side we have reading, here is B and O. If this was to be anything, this would be Saturn over here and Mars over here. Now you can also chop the board up as saying 1, 2, 3 corners plus the railroad. And why is the railroad thinner? Because it's the actual separation of the two sides. You know when you drop something from the top, it stops over here, then what's underneath it empties out, it closes, then it reopens, then it's loading up, and it's just going back and forth, passing from side to side. So you have the hockey sticks. Here's a hockey stick here, here's a hockey stick here. Okay, it shows you it can hold on top of here one number. And the number it holds here is the 9th position. From here to here is the 9th position. And the same thing here. On this one, it can hold up the top. On this one, it's holding up this corner. This one, it's holding up go to jail or visiting jail. And this one over here is free parking. Okay, so what we have here is 4 times 9 is 36, plus the game corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, all diamonds. Okay, the other thing is now we have to build the railroad track from here to here. Now we must go always too high because we're playing one world, too high. One world is the lower world and the other world is the upper world. The lower world, the upper world. And if you flip it around, you see the reflection of it. Now, I don't want to get too lost in this. I've done a lot of work and I haven't even finished half of it where I have connected even Bobby Orr, which actually means Bobby the word 46 like Zion, except when you get to 64 and 46, it's the extension of the angel and the man, so he can be just about anything. And Or is gold. The total is 97, which stands for creation, and 9 by 7 is 63, and the number 63 and spirit, angel, and man, number 11, also stands for the same number. There was also Larry, the big bird, Larry Robinson. His number was 19. His initials stand for creation. He stands for Mercury and Pluto, and they're so far apart, he had to be a big bird. And just because they called him Big Bird, right away we're back to 4114 of Sesame Street, or instead of saying Sesame Street, just look at the letters and say see same street. Now the question is, when you are seeing, okay, is it a standby sea where it's the ocean, the sea of the ocean, meaning what is the horizon of the fall of the coming? Let me see if we can go on with this. Now what we got over here is 4 across from 4 is 8, 1 across from 1 is 2, and 4 across from 4 is 8. We have 828. So if you've been looking for 828, here's where it shows up in one of the places, which actually means Neptune to Neptune, Venus to Neptune, to Venus to Neptune. Venus is between. Venus is the mother of the two. Then what we'd have over here, we'd have 1 with 5, meaning the railroad, okay, can capture everything 5 to the right, and then 5 to the left, and it's got the whole side. So that would be 5 for 1 for 5, and you've captured a side with one spirit of the railroad. So it can take all these into the railroad and bring it there. But what's so beautiful about these corners is it brings on freedom 55, in which 5 from here or 5 from here brings them to a railroad where they can go to another destination. So now what we have is, this is the upper board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if I just flip it over, it'll do the same thing, except in the 8 card, there's a slash, there's a mark here and a mark here in the 8 card. And the reason for the mark here in the 8 card and the mark here in the 8 card is because I can't show it to you on here, because what happens is, this is the first row, but then you see these first 4 over here? That's also a row. 1, 2, the opening here. Instead of to begin with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it got 5. Now we start on the second level where the 4 are over here. It goes 1, 2. So now we have a 5 and a 2 right in this mark here. And when you flip this upside down, you get a 5 and a 2 in that mark there. And what are we living for? We're living for man and not the angel in this earth. So that remark and explanation would say 25, 6, 25. The other thing you always have to look at is there truth in the matter. Well, if you hold the board like this, these are all 8s. I couldn't put them not as an 8 because then they'd be squares. And the monopoly properties are not square. And most lots that are sold in North America are not square. They're rectangular, most of them. But then again, it's mostly of what I've seen. When you come out to, not exactly how you bought it, but when you come out to sod or to seed, they're always putting in these rectangular shapes more often than anything else. Maybe because the fields are longer. Well, anyways, we still have this. Let me see what else there is here. Oh, yes. Mercury, Earth, and Jupiter. The first letter, the third letter, the first planet, the third planet, the fifth planet. Okay, it says ace. But if you put the 3 together, it says me, Jay. I am Jack. I come here from somewhere else. I'm only 6 hours old, so I really can't talk right now. But I am Jack. Into this world I have come. I cry now to waken them so that they take care of me, so that when I am of age, I can go out into the real world and show them what I can do. So anyways, whatever it is here, right, this position is 2, open, and this position over here that is not there at all is supposed to be the 6. This angle, okay, is the 3 dice on this angle, or the 3 dice on this angle. That is 33 creation. I'd like to show you on the dice. That's one of the things for Jesus. Okay, that's the 33 angle of creation. Oh my God, I used to have a lot of dice, you know, but got a little bit of money. Don't need money. What's money going to do me? The dice. See the angle of it? See the angle of the hockey sticks? You see the angle of the hockey sticks the other way? The 2 angle, like when you say the 1 angle of 3, this would be 1 angle. The 2 angle of 3 would be this angle and this angle. Now he's created an X connecting Mercury over to Pluto and connecting Earth over to Uranus by just doing that. And then if Beta World comes out, in the Beta World, okay, this format is now this format, standing like this. The Beta World stands like this, the Alpha World stands like this. So they call you a square head or a frog head. So this is one way of beta, and this is 2-way of beta. Now I'm not sure if they say 3-2-3-2 or 3-2-2, because I just showed you that this is the 3/. I call this the N, and then you turn it this way, it becomes the Z. Those are the lines. They create the N, they create the Z, they create the slant on the W, and if you make it that way for the M, if you do that for the ace, this is what Alpha can do. This is his. He owns all 3 of these. Beta only gets to go this way. Okay, so when you see the 6 dice, okay, the only thing Beta can do is slash in this corner and slash in this corner. Okay, watch, I'm going to show you. Where is she? Here's Beta. Here's her angle slashing that corner, north and south, east and west, Saturn and Mars. She can't do anything else. She can't get the upper corners. These corners are alpha corners, this way and this way. Alpha 2. Okay, unless they call her beta all the way when she starts, because she's got no spirit in it, right? So we would have to say beta once, beta twice, beta 3 times. Is that what we have? Beta 3 times? Perfect. That creates the 120 degrees in the Mercedes sign, which is also the same degrees you can use to create the mug and doublet and the pentagram. Okay, divided by 128 hours each. 888. 120 degrees, 120 degrees, 120 degrees. Mercedes sign 888. 1776. Oh, there's so many little things. I'm going to see. Then there's the connecting, the wiring. How do we connect some of the wiring? Well, here's how you do it. Let's say you start with number 1. So you go 1, and then we'll start with 9. Okay, so we'll go 1 and add 9 is 10, add 9 is 19, and do that all the way to 100. Then take the 1 and add 8. Okay, is 9, and add 8 is 17, and add 8, and add 8, and add 8. Okay, and then do that for all the numbers. Okay, all the way up to 100. Keep doing the same thing, just with 8 and 9. Okay, eventually you can't do it anymore, and there's certain ones that surpass other ones, and you will notice it'll create a game, because once I do these numbers here, okay, then I can take the Monopoly game and say, okay, I went 6 times around, where do I come to? And then if I can find the number here, I'll know what it means to get to that property on the Monopoly board, because there's other equations too. I don't have them all in my mind right now. They're a little gone. The other thing, if you don't think the computers lasted before, Mercury, Earth, Jupiter, if you really take a look at it, it says j'aime. It means I love McDonald's, because that's what the M represents. 1v1, the love of one of one. 411. 18 Chai. Why is it 18 Chai? Because we came from the angel here of this side, 44 1. 44 and 44. Space and space is 88. One spirit and one spirit, 89. 90 days of winter. And one more spirit over here, 91. Release spirit, 92. Okay? And this release spirit, 92, also is the 29th day of February, which is in honor of man. I guess you can say it's in honor of man. It also represents the king and number 11, because 2 plus 9 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. I can never understand, is it 1 and 1 is 2, or is it 1, skip 2, and 3? No, 1 and 1 is 2, because alpha is beta. And we're also secondary. We're not even alive. So I did this and I did that. And then another way to get to the 32, okay, is because there are 8, 8, 8, 8. 4 by 8 is 32, not counting the railroads. But in the 32, there are only, look at this number, see 28? There are only 20, how many properties? 5 here, 6 here. 5 and 6 are 11. 5 here, 6 here. 5 and 6, 11. 11, 11. Okay? If you don't think these games and this was done purposely, okay, for some other reason, then for me, I'm not being fooled at all, because there's absolutely no way they can make this work out to where I can understand where they're going with this. And I don't even have to look at the properties. I just keep looking at the numbers, how they change and come back together to tell a more profound story. Can I light up my cigarette? Now, I'm not sure if you can understand any of what I'm doing, maybe because I'm not telling it to you properly. And of course, if there's a very interesting method in speaking to the people, everybody's just going to want to listen regardless of what it's about, just to intrigue. So anyways, we're going to get back in here. I'm going to take a look on this side. The other thing, ask me why I made this. Because the next time you fold your Monopoly game, look inside and see where everything ends up. Fold the game, okay, look where everything folds up on each other, and write it all down and see what you get. Because we're only playing half that world. we're only playing half the world. You see the V? Okay, or the other way around can be the bottom of your legs. You can be standing up right here. Okay, we all know. Have you ever played the game of jacks? You ever look at the jacks? You got four corners with little balls on it, and then you got a little piece sticking out like with a tail and a place for a neck. Because that's all we are. We're a tail and a neck. If it's the front tail, we want to put it in something. If it's the back tail, we want to shove something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Out, front, back. So, what are we going to get to? What are we going to get to is this. 2, 8, and 9. The Polish cracker. Only because Monopoly probably wants a cracker. Mono meaning one. Sesame Street, properties, values, usage, universal angel. Okay? There's a lot of stuff in here. I just can't even, I don't even know where to start because I don't know where I'm going to end up because really I haven't got much more than what you see. But 28 over here, okay, I'm trying to figure out where I got 28. 2, 8, and 9. Okay, here's the 9. Take away the 1, there's the 8. Okay, and where did we get the 2? 1 and 1. 1 and 1 is 2. Right? Is that the way you get it? 2 times 1, 2 times 4. Somehow I got this number. Now I don't remember, and that pisses me off. But give me a second. I know we're into this video, but I might have to disappear and see if I got it right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Somehow, hold it. Somehow, I ended up with these 3 vehicles in a row. I know what they mean. 28 is the beta heaven. 29 is the birth in the beta heaven. Well, it's actually the birth of the heaven of beta, and the 8 is actually 2 zeros because God is the love of everything. Okay? October, okay, is the 8, and the 9 is September. Okay? September and October are the alpha omega of the Jewish calendar. Okay, 9 is the birth. Okay, at 10, man was on the ground. Do you follow me? Man is not 10 without 11. That's why Sam needs you. You know that? Listen to this. I'm going to try and get this out. S-A-M. Sam needs you. Because if you don't have Sam in that word, you have M-A. That means Ma needs you. The mother needs you. Okay, in the beta side of the world, the angel side. And how can I tell the difference? Because the S is the spirit angle of Pluto. 1 and 9 is 10 on that angle. You need the spirit in this world to live. So you must have the S with the A and the M. All man, love of man, or all you have is the other world. I had a few other things marked down here. Let me see. Some things I didn't like. Go directly to jail. 7, 10, Jack, Queen of diamonds. Because the corners are shaped like diamonds, just like this corner over here, just like this corner over here. Because they are square, when on the angle, it's like diamonds, okay? It also looks like an angle beam over here. At the same time, you take this angle, take a look the way I put it on the inside instead of the outside, it creates an M. 2 M's, 3 M's, 4 M's. Man's egg number of omega is 15 times the 4 M's, which are thousands, total to a total of 6,000 years of man on this board of 40. You play the board of the angel, living the 6th man, giving it this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had to take quarters, parts, and use different parts. What you can put together here, God was able to put together in the world. And this is diamonds over here. This is all diamonds all the way up. And if you notice, you see this spot over here? Is what I did is I drew a line from this corner on the inside to this corner on the inside. The minute it passes this, it creates the cross, although there's already one in the center from all the worlds coming together for where man must live here, where free parking is. Something's got to be here. That's the big cash when you come to this corner. But look what appears, the ace. You now have a straight flush with diamonds. Anyways, I'm going to let it go at that. I'm not sure how much, there's so many things to do. When you use just up here, okay, you're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You add that together is 21. 21 is the game. 10 plus 11. This one doesn't need a spirit. 10 is 2 and 8. Venus and Neptune. This is Mars and Saturn, man. So this is the 10. This is the 11. Because once this one puts the one spirit in, right over here, these two can rotate. I think I said that wrong. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You can't. The Christ is actually for us, but it's not for us wow, am I lost today? Anyways, when it crosses, it does that. Anyways, in Christaberg, they say 10,000 souls are on the line, and the reason there's 10,000 souls are on the line is because 3 of the zeros, okay, are the spirit, angel, and man. 10, okay, is Beta Venus and Neptune eating 10. 10,000 souls are on the line. Soon went up to 59 because Pluto is 9 and Jupiter is 5. Okay, 9 and 1 are together. Okay, 1 as the ace card. The ace card's position is right here. So therefore Jupiter must be, Pluto must be put right here. But it can't live on the spirit. It can swing off the spirit. So then definitely man would have to be living here, living off the one spirit here. That would mean that we live on Saturn, according to this. Anyways, for now, can you see this like the Jack's hat or the King's hat? Well, I designed this by cutting the corners and creating the octagon. Okay, because all God's corners are cut, because whatever he doesn't live here, he's got to duplicate himself here, then duplicate himself here, because duplicate himself here, because 7, 8, and 9 belong to Beta, and when this world is done, there is no 7, 8, and 9 anymore. And like I said to start with, I don't even know if there's a 6. I guess there is for the face of man. Anyways, to show you another concept of what I had, this is what I call the bowling routine of 10-pin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't you remember the marching song? I figure if there's a marching song, they must have had a beat come from somewhere else. So I took the beat and put it into numbers. And here's how the numbers work. 1 here for the first line. There's 2 on the second line, 2 and 2. There's 3 on the third line. First line and third line both have a spirit. First line, third line, fifth line, seventh line, ninth line have a spirit. But if you would go to look for the 8th card, there is no, do you understand? The 8th card here is not a center spirit. The 7th card is neither a center spirit. The 9th card is a center spirit, but this isn't a center. This is a high center spirit. This one comes about from 2 worlds, the 2 world and the 5 world combining to show us the number 7, that it's connected to spirit from below by the number 5 that is previous before it. And in 2014, 2015, in the Chibu calendar, it's 5775, and that's the word of the egg. Then you go down over here. Okay, you're still at the 8th one. What happens? Where does the 8th one get this number 7? Well, what happens is, I just want to show you the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 8s. It ends over there. The next spirit comes from below. It has the spirit from above and then spirit from below. This one is flipped over. In pool, everything stops at 7, right? And then there's the 8 ball. It's the same thing in this effect. You came to the 7 with the spirit. The 8 shows you the 2 sides, but it doesn't show you the spirit because this side, 1, 2, 3, gets flipped over. And that's why when you see or hear, hold on a second, 7. So that way when you hear 7.7 or 77, because it's the underworld is 7 and the overworld is 7. We're not going to count what's in between right now because that'll bring a whole mix-up. So we bring it, and then what we do is we add 1 plus nothing is 1. 1 times nothing is nothing. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 times 2 and 2 times 2 is 4. So we multiply all these things, and I get all these numbers. So now what I do to the equation I showed you previously, okay, is I'll try to match up those numbers and then give a number to the planets and give a number to different things. That you can just do it to anything, and then we'll see what connects. And I mean, there's always something. This is the way one part of the 7 of 7 hooks up. See, it's an M. It also looks like an E. It's split here, and the reason it's split there is because there's 2 of them. There's one this way, and there's one this way. If you really want to look at it, just look at I'm going to draw it for you. The Z and the N, 22, it means life. It means from N, 14, to Z. 14 to Z is 12 more. Alpha, beta. But it starts at 14, 1 and 4 is 5. And it ends at 26 letter. 2 and 6 is 8. 58, 85, you know what this says? Silver spirit of the matrix. Why does it say that? M-A-T-R-I-X equals 85, S-I-L-V-E-R equals 285. And also the silver also has to represent the moon, which is a sliver of something, and that's a basic representation. When we have a quarter moon, it's actually only a sliver. There's a lot of other things, a lot of ways you can keep on doing. I don't know what to show you. I'm just keep working on it and working on it. Here's basically what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the Monopoly game looking like this now. But what I can do with this, because there's 36 numbers in roulette, now I can replace them with the 36 numbers in roulette and the colors and the possible bets that we can make will tell us another piece and connection that the good Lord has used to putting us together in this fantastic world. This fantastic world. It's just outstanding, you know. When you start to think you know and you believe in what you think you know, and you know what he did. I'm just saying to myself sometimes, maybe the devil just did it purposely like that so he can give us a hope. And then maybe he'll no, because the devil would make us know more and then really burn us at the end. That's the devil's ass to do it, right? So this is not the devil's ass. This is the game, my friends. This is the game. This is the game. Did I show you about 22, 26, 626? There's a lot of ways to show it. And like I said, 2, 6, 2, 6. 1, 2, 3 parts of 4. 1, 2, 3 parts of 4. 1, 2, 3 parts of 4. So you have all these combinations, and in Monopoly it's fun because, or actually in everything it's fun because everybody has given every position a name of some sort, which only enhances the game, because it's just like go to jail or in jail. I-J, 10th letter, 19th letter, spirit of birth. Isn't that funny? In jail, the 2 initials go to spirit of birth and then equal just a 1. Because before anything starts in Monopoly, I mean, you actually have to go to jail. The last thing before I go is this is go. But if you want, you can start go here. You can start go here. And you can start go here. Just by changing the numbers. So this would be the first number. This would be the 31st number. The 30th number. Then the Mediterranean would be the 31st number. 31st of October. Did you know the 10th month of the 31st day equals to 41 and equals to the Mediterranean. Mediterranean, my friends, whatever these next few wars are going to be about, it's all about getting to the Mediterranean. So I'm going to tell everybody this the same way. I don't care. If you know anything and you are close to that Mediterranean, you let everybody know you better start to be friends now. That's why they're not letting them be friends. You have to be friends now because it's all about ending on the Mediterranean and tying up the Baltic along with it. You know what I'm saying? Russia's just a pitchfork in the ass for them. You know? And never mind, will China turn around? Who's being mistreated right now? Who's being mistreated? I hear the people in Asia are being mistreated. I definitely know that Australia is between two power sources, leaving them for some reason in the realm I call gray, in the gray area. Because, I don't know, maybe it's because of their size. I don't know what they have there. They have a gray area because of what I have seen. Certain things that have happened out there make it into a gray area. And even the Olympics, what went on next to the Baltic, or that close to it, whatever you want to see. I haven't done much work on it, but I still have those feelings for all those young women who are being myrtle beached. Myrtle beached means put up in a bed and told them to deal with it and do what you want. This is disgusting. But who am I to say that the whole world should live in peace? Maybe there's a lot of people that don't want to live in peace. Is that proper? You think people don't want to live in peace? Anyways, if I ever made it to the top, my friends, I'll tell you one thing. I try to make a deal with everybody in this world to bring peace, to bring on new ways to grow things so that everybody has and nobody runs out. And if one has a little bit more, we don't continuously have to keep exchanging for long distances and driving on long highways with big trucks, going only 7-8 miles to the gallon, burning hundreds of millions of billions of dollars a year just driving our fruit when we can get an apple tree out here and save it till the next winter. No, we have to come 3,000 miles from Washington to bring it down here. Or potatoes. We can grow enough potatoes here in Quebec that we don't have to go anywhere. No, they're growing carrots over here where they can ship somewhere else overseas so they can burn more gas and more diesel. What are we living in a dream world? This is totally insane. Insane. I'm going to tell you one thing. I live basically at the minimum where I am. Yes, I will live a little bit higher. How will I live a little bit higher? I'll get rid of my cats. And maybe I'll take the apartment for myself instead of cleaning up after them. Maybe if I didn't have 7 to 10, it would be all right. 2 went missing, but you think I really gave a hoot? No, because I figure if somebody stole one, they had a good enough heart to keep on feeding them. You always got to look on the good side of things. Another thing there is the spinning wheel. This spins backwards. There's a piece over here, piece over here, piece over here, a piece over here. When it goes back, it hooks in, and it'll ride in there until the shift comes, and then it'll turn, and then it'll turn, and then it'll turn. If you break off the ends of this, they will no longer work because the pin will go in and out, bobbing in and out. You see there's a pin in the back of it and there's a pin over here. It only can bob so much. It cannot bob out. Then when the time turns, this goes down. It's the same way they made the swastika. See the number 8? This is 6, 22, 6. This is what happens. 6 to 2 to 2 to 6. Why I show you this is because on the 8 card, you have 2 digital marks, one here and one there, okay? On both sides of the cards, you still have a 6. Well, my 6 should be up over here. I'm going to try and show you. 6, 22, 6. At the same time, if you take a look, did I do it? No. I'm a slowy, I figured as much. I'm still upside down. How's that possible? I'm burning everybody's time out, eh? Here, this and this. Omega. Okay? 6, 22, 6. This is the 4. This is the 6. This is doubled. Okay, and the reason for this is that when I flip it over, the 4, 6 cross sides. So you have whichever combination you want, but you're not going to pick the angle combination, which is 24, 4, 2, 244, 2, or 422, 4, which is the angle life of the angle. Also means space. 44 and 22 is 66. 6 islands of 6 islands. What is 6 islands of 6 islands? There's your first 6 islands. There's your second 6 islands. That's it. What are they missing? They're missing one of these to become 77. And what is 77? 2 of 7 of 7 and 1 of 7. The beta world as a 7, and with man in it as a 7 and 7, and God's world as a 7. He goes to 7 to 14 to 21. From G to N to U. G N U. You can say gunna, or if you put the U on the other side of N, you got a gun. You have ESP and a gun, depending on what you're looking like. It starts to talk. The farther you go, these letters and numbers start to pick up definitions, and they start to talk, and they will tell you something. There's no way any of this can actually exist. Just like in this world, the primary world, everybody thinks the primary world is simple. I say the beginning is 0, okay, because everything has to go through God, okay. Then you go 1, 2, 3. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because the 5 is the passage. And once you got the passage, you got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you got the F passage, the face of man. And then you go 6, 3, 2, 1. Isn't it funny that when you connect the angel, you got 4, 3, 2, 1. When you connect the man, you got 6, 3, 2, 1. Because there is no 6. The 6 is supposed to be a 4. And that's why it drops 2 points, because you're only that 6 in the beta world. Can I tell you something? God has figured out everything. In my eyes, for sure. In my eyes, for sure. Do with this as you wish. Be well, my friends. I am who I am, Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus.